Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpada Rupayascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice, Haribol. So, let's go here. We are on chapter 10, the last verse. Okay, devotees, we are almost, this is the last verse of chapter 10. Krishna has given a lot of details about this opulence. He's kind of concluding here. And let us read this and maybe we can do a recap of the entire chapter 10. So, who can read, devotees?
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 10.42. Atha bahunetena kim gyat tena tavarjuna vistyabhyam yadam krishnam ekam sena sthito yagat.
Very nice, Mataji. So we can chant, two more of us can chant. Subal Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can also try. Thank you, Prabhuji. Atava bahunaitena kim gnatena tavarjuna vistabhyam idam krishnam ekam sena sthito jagat. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Prabhuji. Very nice. Baldev Se Prabhu, you want to chant?
Yes, sure. अथवा बहुनैतेन किमो गातेन तवर्जुन विष्ट भयम इदम कृष्णम एकम शेनो स्थितो जगत.
Haribol Prabhu, very nice. Okay, so let us read the synonym and translation. And then this seems actually two devotees can read. Can I read the synonym, devotees? Translation.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Synonym. Atvava or bahuna, many. Etena, by this kind. Kim, what? Nyatena, jnanatena, so, by knowing. Tava, your. Arjuna, O Arjuna. Vistabhya, perverting. Aham, I. Idam, this. Krishnam, enter. Eka, by one. Amsena, part. Sthitaha, am situated. Jagat, universe. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Yeah, maybe one devotee can read the first two paragraphs, then another devotee can read the other two.
I can start.
Sure, Prabhu.
Purpose by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universes by His entering into all things as the Super Soul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in their separate opulence and grandeur. You should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as Super Soul. From Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigod will lead one to the supreme personality of Godhead or the supreme goal. But worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein because even the greatest demigods like Brahma and Shiva represent only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He is the origin of everyone born, and no one is greater than him. He is Asambhav Dava, which means that no one is superior to him and that no one is equal to him. In the Padma Purana, it is said, one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigods, be they even Brahma or Shiva, becomes at once an atheist. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulences and expansions of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Sri Krishna and can fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation. The Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the Super Soul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees therefore concentrate their minds in Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in the transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verses 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter? Should I see up Baladev with you?
Go
It's
ahead,
almost
Prabhu.
finished. Stop there.
Uh, let's see. Maybe I just saw Dara Mataji join. Maybe she can read. Dara Mataji, would you like to?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam to all devotees. Yes, I can read. How can one attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baladev Vidyabhushana, a great acharya in disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes his commentary on this chapter by saying, Yat Shakti Lishat Suryadya Bhavanti Yati Ugra Tejasah Yad Amshena Dritam Vishvam Sa Krishno Dashame Rachyate. From Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power, and by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Sri Krishna is worshipable. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Would you like to share any additional thoughts?
Prabhuji, if you can enlighten me, I just joined. I'm kind of lost actually. Is this where we started? I'm not sure. But
Right. Okay. Raghu Prabhu?
Yeah, in this last summary text, essentially, uh, Krishna is saying, after having given us all the different opulences, the opulences are really infinite, and he's described a few of them. But he's saying at the same time, what is the point in describing all of them. I'm just supporting the whole creation with a small fragment of myself. So uh, then he also goes on to say that uh, his expansion uh, enters into each and every atom, essentially, uh, whether it's Brahma, the most, into all living entities also. Living entities, both animate and inanimate. Everything is being supported by the Lord. And so he's entering from, into the, from Brahma down to the smallest ant. So everything that he's entering and super soul in all of them. So, and the other point that Prabhupada is making here is that, yes, there are demigods, a lot of demigods, 33 million or so, and but uh, worship of the demigods itself is not being encouraged. Uh, but the worship of the demigods is basically for some material benefit. If you want spiritual benefit, then really we should go straight to Krishna. And that's what the bhakti should be all about, is all about. Doing trying to uh, develop love for Krishna and not be spending too much time on the demigods. Uh, then what well, the other thing is that the devotees themselves, they are very clear in their mind because they are from the beginning, the Krishna conscious devotees, from the beginning, by definition, they worship Krishna only. And they don't need to go to the different demigods. They don't even come that way. They go straight to Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, and understand his entire creation, that he is responsible for everything, and is carrying everything as just as a fragment of himself. So those are some of the points. Thank you, Ravi.
Very nice, Prabhu. You have summed up almost all the entire purport very nicely. What is any more thoughts? What Krishna is concluding, chapter 10. Subal Prabhu, Bharshati Mataji, Baldeswar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Nam Pranam Shubhodam. So Prabhuji actually indeed has explained the whole purport. One thing I want to add, Prabhuji, that these are the Krishna's parts. So, and we sometimes see that some devotees, they worship the sparks only and forget to worship Krishna. So these sparks actually should remind us about the Krishna if we forget, because they're available in our day-to-day life. So we can remember Krishna. But we should worship Krishna, surrender to Krishna. Sparks just is part and parcel, but ultimately devotion to the Lord Krishna. Back to Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada has explained in other verses also, even some of the Srimad Bhagavatam, worshipping the Devas and Devatas, it's not to undermine or to criticize them. They are only acting according to Krishna's instruction. It's not that they are acting against Krishna. But sometimes when we read some of the purport, we may get to a conclusion that, oh, all the Devas and Devatas are all almost like they are against Krishna or demon. That's not correct at all. The proper, Srila Prabhupada has given many detailed purport and letters to devotees and so on. It's not that, the thing is that because there has not been good guidance over the several decades and in the past, so naturally the material world, especially the past 100 200 years of the Vedic, the left remnants of the Vedic culture, it has lost its original value. In the sense, everybody, they're just looking for some material advancement. That is the main thing. When a child is born, the parents are first thinking that how can my child become a successful material? Nobody is thinking that I want my child to become a saint or a monk. Hardly, maybe one out of billion. So that is the way the Kali Yuga is meant for that. That slowly all the knowledge will be destroyed. We will not even, there won't be even proper preachers. There won't be proper spiritual leaders. There won't be proper material leaders also. There is no more, there won't be anything. That is the Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, Dwapara Yoga, and so on. Satya Yoga, we know that the bull had 4 legs. Slowly, one by one, everything will be gone. And in Kali Yuga, that bull is standing only on one leg. And that will also very soon, as we can see right now, many times we think that is the Kali Yuga going to end? We see that there's so many things happening all over the world, the way people interact, the way people think. Is it what is? Are we really going to continue for another 430,000 years? It doesn't even seem practical, logical. Already it seems it's too bad. So what is worse than this? What is going to come? But that is what the Shastra says. We have a limited time. So our job should be, I think, to understand what Krishna is trying to say, what Srila Prabhupada is guiding us to say. Time is very limited. We don't have the luxury of Satya Yuga, where we can understand each and every devas and devatas, different, even incarnation of Krishna, and then attain Krishna ultimately. We don't have that. So that is what Kali Yuga, many acharyas have also said that this is a wonderful time because you can achieve Krishna very easily, quickly, than in the other yugas. And the path also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, and Srila Prabhupada has been so kind and merciful that just by chanting and kind of following some of the principles of Bhagavad Gita, we can easily attain that. But we have to be pure. The purity is very rare in Kali Yuga. It's gone. The purity that used to be there in Satya Yuga, even a demon like Hiranyakashipu, he did thousands of years of penance. At that time, he did with all purity. He did not eat, he did not drink. And several thousands of years, his entire body was eaten by all insects and animals. He had nothing left in his body. So he did some penance. He did some austerity, even though his motive was not correct, but the process he maintained. But in today's world, there is no process at all. That itself has collapsed. The system has collapsed in Kali Yuga. Now, we at least have this, wonderful, very efficient way of at least try to do what happened in Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga. We are still celebrating today Deepavali. Lord Ramchandra came back to Ayodhya. All the Ayodhya Vasis, they became so jubilant. And what is the real purpose of celebrating Diwali? How can we clean our heart? That's the main thing. Like Ayodhya Vasis, they had physical Ram coming, so they had to clean up everything. For us, Ram and Krishna has already said, that's why here also Prabhupada saying that he is the super soul. Aham Atma Guda Kesa Sarva Bhutesya Tataha. I enter all Bhutanam, everything. And Krishna has already said, living, non-living, moving, non-moving, all entities. So he is there. Right now in Kali Yuga, this is the best way we can interact. He is already there within our heart. How can we cleanse our heart? Then he can come inside. That's it. Once if our heart is clean with Shuddha Bhakti, we can definitely elevate. And chapter 10, the reason, let's see if Bhashwati Mataji has got some comment on this. Then we can kind of recap chapter 10.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, I do not have any comment.
Okay. So devotees, just to recap what is happening, chapter 9, the last verse, many acharyas have said that for devotees, the Bhagavad Gita can even end at 9:34. You don't have to read the other 50% even. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaisasi yuktanam atmanam mat parayanaha. Krishna is repeating this because this verse is so powerful. Krishna is saying, just surrender your mind to me, become my devotee, worship me, everything will be taken care of. That is Krishna. And again, he is promising that in the last chapter, 1865. So, when Krishna is saying that everything you think about me, now Arjuna knows that everything is Krishna, but to our benefit, he is getting more information from Krishna. So, chapter 10, the whole chapter 10 is an opportunity for us to, because we are not that elevated as Arjuna. So, we are only on a 24 hours, almost 23 point, almost the 24 hours, we are only engaging with material thing. How can we connect with that to Krishna? That's why Krishna is giving so much. So it is not too much for elevated devotees because they don't, for them, everything is Krishna. But for others, for example, many people today, they would have gone to Ganges, to Yamuna river. They would take a holy dip. For them, they are connecting to Krishna through the river. Or somebody will visit Govardhan Hill. Govardhan is Krishna himself. So like this, whatever, somebody will be doing, might have done Surya Namaskar in the morning. Today is a very auspicious day. They would have done Surya Namaskar. So they're trying to understand Krishna through Surya. So that's why Krishna is giving all the opulences. And in the final one, he's saying that what need is there, Arjuna, for all the detailed knowledge? Because how much can Krishna give? How many types of flowers are there in the creation? Unlimited. Can you keep the Anantasesha is not able to, he's got 1,000 hoods. He's glorifying Krishna all the time, but still he is continuing. He has not stopped. So how can this even, who can really glorify Krishna to the fullest extent? It's not possible. But given whatever little, that this is an understanding that, wow, Krishna is, this is not with an envy. This is not with not so much of jignasa, but it is so much like a son, a child would like to know more about father. Or sometime, if you're a sportsman or if you're a musician or any other field, you go to the high-level guru or something like that, and you want to genuinely want to know more about that person and what all happened or what all he did. It's a genuine thing, nothing to compete or envy. In this material world, normally it doesn't happen. We want to know more from somebody so that we can learn and compete with him and pass over him. That is our main goal. But Arjuna is not. Arjuna, the entire Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is trying to understand more in a very submissive way. So what we understand so far, devotees, is that Krishna is not only best of everything. Let me see if I can open this, devotees. Okay. So this is kind of it's not a complete summary. It's not possible to get everything. But Krishna is saying all these things. See, he's saying, I am the Indra of all the Devas and Devatas. He is the Vishnu of Aditya. He is the Marichi of the Maruts. Shiva, he says, I am the Shankara of the Rudras. So like this, all, Kuvera is saying, I'm the Lord of the well. Agni, Kartikeya, general, among all the Senapati, this is the Kartikeya brother of Lord Ganesh. And out of the Daitya demons, he's saying, I am Prahalad. So like this, Yama, he is the Lord of death, he is Yama. And then all the sages, he's saying, I'm Vyasa, I'm Brigu, I'm the Narada Muni, Brahaspati, Kapila, Shukracharya, everything is. He's also, Vyasa is also Shukracharya. Pandava, this is so interesting. He's telling Arjuna, among the Pandavas, I am you, Dhananjaya. Then horses, animals is referring so many. He is referring about the Surabhi, Vasuki. And this is the Vasuki, the difference between Vasuki and Ananta. Devotees, what is the main difference between? Of course, there are two different Leelas and everything. Vasuki is considered as a single-hooded snake, Naga, and Ananta is the many-hooded Naga. And of course, their Leelas are also a little different. And he's the Varuna, shark, lion, Garuda. I mean, he's everything. And he's also saying here, among the cheats is the gambling. And among the wielders of weapon, this is Rama. Devotees, do we know who is he referring to? Rama.
Parashurama.
Correct, Haribol. Yes. I mean, many of us might think it is Lord Ramchandra. In this particular verse, he is more mentioning about Parshuram because he is giving the opulence, not his incarnations. And then he's saying he is the Vajra, he is the Sarva Hara Mrityu, the death, when Krishna will take away everything. Right? So then he's talking about the splendor, how the seven qualities, related to the woman. He says that is all him. Radiant sun, moon, he's the mountain Meru. Out of the trees is the banyan tree. Flowing rivers is the Ganges. He has already said that I'm the beginning, middle, and end. Margasirsa is talking about the 2 months, very significant month. Seasons, he's saying, I'm the spring. No beings moving or non-moving can exist without me. And then, let's see, Gayatri, out of all the prayers, he's saying, I am the Gayatri. Out of the Akshara, the letters, he's the A. Then out of the science is the realization of the self. Is the out of the Samaveda. Samaveda is the compilation of the beautiful songs glorifying the opulences. And out of that is the Brahat Sama. Then transcendental home, chanting of the holy names is out of the Vedas, is the Samaveda. So it's a limitless actually, because Krishna is infinite, he is limitless. He has already said in the beginning that I'm only going to give you some of the significant portion of my opulences. Devotees, Bhagavad Gita is an amazing, amazing instruction, literature, scripture, text, whatever name you want to call. The subject matter is amazingly powerful. So many acharyas say that the first 6 chapters are Karma Yoga, the middle 6 chapters are Bhakti Yoga, and the last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga. Actually, it's okay, it's good, because most of the verses relate to one particular type of yoga, understanding Krishna. But actually, Bhagavad Gita is not sequential. Anybody can read a verse like Karmanya Ivadikaraste. They don't have to really link that with any other verse, and they can become very purified. Or Krishna is saying, asking me to be selfless. Why not I start being selfless from today? They can become. Then somebody else might read Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto on 934. They'll say, oh, Krishna is asking me to become a devotee. That's it. Just one verse can change your life. Of course, if you read everything also, you'll get a much overall thing, but it's not dependent. You can just read one verse and you can get easily elevated. So, the 6 chapters that Acharyas are saying is the essence of all the Bhagavad Gita. It is like a jewel being protected in a jewel case. The jewel is kept in the middle. There is a bottom and there is a top that protect the jewel. So now, out of those 6 chapters, Acharyas are saying that 9 and 10 are very important. There are 12 chapters, 18 chapters. Out of 18, 6 is very important. Out of 6, 2 chapters are very, very important. Chapter 9 and chapter 10. Out of that, devotees, Acharyas have recommended that there is something called Chatur Shloke. Have we heard about that, devotees? Chatur Shloke of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam?
Yes.
I think some of us might have heard. Let's see. I am not able to go to the next one. Okay, here it is, devotees. The Bhagavad Gita is a timeless spiritual guide, and out of this is the Chaturshloki, devotees. These 4 verses from chapter 10, verses 8 to 11. This summarizes the entire 6 chapters. Of several verses, the Acharya is saying if you just at least understand these 4, it is very, very important. We can get the same enlightenment by reading all the chapters. Similarly, in Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam has also got a Chaturshloki that comes in Canto 2, Chapter 9, 33, 34, 35, 36. Krishna would say who he is exactly. So devotees, if you all think it's a good exercise, shall we just read these 4 verses and the translation to kind of a recap chapter 10?
Yes, Prabhuji. You stop sharing, Prabhuji.
Yeah, no. I'm going to, I'm just trying to get to the Bhagavad Gita, back to Bhagavad Gita. So we are going to chapter 10 from 8 to 11. We can just read the, without the purport, just the verse and translation. Who can read, devotee? This is amazing. This is one of my most favorite verse.
I can read.
Sure, Prabhu.
Sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita.
Yeah, amazing, Prabhu. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Krishna, we have to have complete faith on this. But Krishna is everything. Then there is no more doubt in our mind. Sushruta Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Haribol Mataji. Who can read this, devotees?
I can read it, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Machchita madgata prana bodhyantah parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
Devotees? Anybody would
Hare
like
Krishna.
to read?
I can read. Please go ahead, please.
Yeah, let's take, turn. There are 2 more verses. So please go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay. Translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
What a powerful verse. Krishna is saying, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. This is an amazing position for a devotee. Krishna keeping our thoughts within him, that's the very, very unique, powerful position of a devotee. So let's read 10.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Okay.
10.10 Tesham satatayuktanam vajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te.
Maybe this is only one line. You can read the translation.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Amazing devotees. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Then in the last verse, what did he say in the last verse?
Aham Sarvasya Prabhu.
Discuss about me.
The
Yeah,
thoughts.
the thoughts of the pure devotees dwell in him. Once if you're fully convinced that Krishna is everything, he thinks about us all the time. And here he says that to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the knowledge, buddhi yogam. See, in loving dadami, I give buddhi yogam, real intelligence. Amazing, amazing, Prabhuji. I mean, Mataji and Prabhuji. This shows that how powerful is the bhakti, the devotion. Krishna is saying this. This is not something we are creating or anything like that. This is the proper understanding of Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna wants us to have built that kind of an emotion. We can try through Karma Yoga also. In the ultimate, if one is very perfect in Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana, whatever you want to call it, if they are perfect, they can reach Krishna, but it's very difficult. By just doing Karma Yoga, you may become selfless, but will you be thinking about Krishna? We don't know. One can be a very good person, one can be vegetarian, one can be loving everyone, one can be very, very helpful, one can be very, very honest. But all said and done, will he know about Krishna? That is the main essence of our purpose of our life. Okay, one more devotees. Who can read devotees?
I can read Prabhuji.
Okay.
Tesham evano kompartham aham agyano jam tama nashayami atmo bhavosto gyano dipeno vashata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very good. Translation.
I can read. If no one is, anybody else like to read? Okay. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So this has got some sequence. Know that Krishna is everything. Get convinced. Krishna says there the devotee's thoughts dwell in within him, and then he's going to give us the understanding, the intelligence, buddhi yogam to understand him. He's doing everything. The only thing we need to do is have faith and love for Krishna. Is it too much, devotees? It's not at all. But still we find it very difficult because of the material contamination that we have been carrying it for a very long time. It did not happen just this lifetime. There's a lot of baggage we are carrying. So there is an opportunity to completely cleanse, or we don't know. We don't want to talk about that too much. But the best thing is that there is an opportunity now. So here he's saying that he's going to show them special mercy. I dwelling in their hearts destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. That's why every time we take the mercy of Guru Maharaj, all the Acharyas, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shakshurun Militamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. I am born out of ignorance because I don't know Krishna. And Guru is the person who really has shown me Krishna. That is the ultimate success. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that the person is most successful, most intelligent if you can know Krishna. You don't, even if you have all the qualification, material qualifications are required. I'm not saying that, let's not undermine those. But the ultimate qualification is Krishna. The best thing is that if you can have both. First Krishna, know Krishna, then you get all the education you want. Then you will be able to apply those education properly. Nowadays, there are so many highly qualified. Look at some temples like ISKCON Mumbai. So many IITs. They are all there as a full-time devotees. They are serving the temple. They are able to preach very nicely. They are able to give a very practical, they are able to give a scientific explanation. We didn't have this kind of an opportunity 50, 60, 70 years ago. Again, mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Now devotees can debate. Yes, it is possible. We can now counter, because we have been told that this is all fiction, this is all mythology. But now we can counter this. No, this is not mythology. These are all pure science. This is all pure history. We can prove it. And we can prove God in a very, very practical, logical, scientific way. How did all this thing happen? If somebody is going to believe that sun and moon and ocean came out of nothing, we will not accept it. Simple. Why should you accept it? There has to be a creator. Only thing, what is the difference? They don't know who the creator is. They are saying, unless somebody scientifically proves who is the creator, I'm not ready to accept your God. We are saying that we don't care. What do you think? I know who created, I'm going to believe this. Otherwise, there's nothing. They are also trying. The science is also trying to understand. But since they are ignoring Krishna, it's going to take a long time, or it may never happen. They may never know Krishna at all. Because to understand a subject matter, you should know what the subject matter is. If you're going to keep away the subject matter altogether, I want to know about the creator, but I will not talk about Krishna or God. It's not going to happen. Because he is the main source. Krishna is not only the best of everything, but he is the basis of everything. He is the source of everything. That is the purpose of the 10:8. Aham sarvasa prabhav. We accept it. We understand we have to accept it fully. Sometimes we also fail. Sometimes we think that, oh, maybe this particular moment, Krishna is not in charge. I am in charge. I will deal it in my own way. We have to deal. Krishna has given us intelligence to deal with that. But the main thing is that we have to understand Krishna is the final authority. I'll seek his guidance. I'll seek his mercy, his blessings, and I will do whatever I am required to. That is what exactly Arjuna is doing right now. He is seeking the instruction and advice from Krishna. So, devotees, this is the opulence of Krishna, the entire chapter of 10, one by one. And these 4 verses are considered very, very powerful. And any thoughts, question, devotees, before we have been reading about 2 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll do that very fast, just the verse and translation. But before then, any comments, questions, or thoughts?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, just now you have prescribed that all IIT students also is speaking in Juhu, Bombay, ISKCON. Yes, Prabhuji. So now I got a very good opportunity to speak with you. In, I think you know Bangalore ISKCON, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Bangalore ISKCON temple president is IIT MTech Bombay, Prabhuji. and Vice President is IIT MTech Intelligence in Computers at 1986, Prabhuji. First, they went and requested allot a land for ISKCON temple. At that time, most of the people doesn't know our power of ISKCON temple, Prabhuji. So, in unavoidable circumstances, they have allotted just to rock of hill, the Prabhuji. In Rajaji Nagar, west of Cart Road, Prabhuji. Everybody was surprising, and people are laughing. Why this Swamiji has taken this rock hill? How can they construct the temple? And there was a lot. This one, Prabhuji, they got problems also. Even though Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati in Bhagavad Gita, so they went very speedily. Now it is one of the most famous in world, our ISKCON Bangalore temple, Prabhuji.
Yes,
They are
Prabhu.
supplying 2.3 lakhs of poor students. They are supplying meals, Prabhuji. The hygienic meals with solar equipment, solar cookers, everything, Prabhuji. So it is that only the Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna mercy, they are doing, Prabhuji. Whenever I go to Bangalore, I will stay on only 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, like that, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhu. There are many more background about different temples, Prabhu. Maybe someday we can discuss more about that. But
Okay,
I
Prabhuji.
understand what you are saying. Yeah. There are many temples that have really taken up in the last few years, especially. Many youngsters with very high qualifications, PhDs, scientists,
Yes.
they are all joining ISKCON to make it as a much more understandable. That was the main problem. Why Vedas we could not, when we were very young, Vedas were all supposed to be just as an old age thing. When you become 50, 60, 70, you just keep it. For that time, nobody even, because at that time, that was the mood. The mood was that just survive, make a living, get education, get a job, get married. That is the survival mode. But slowly, we are all come out of that. At least many of us are doing that. So I think there are good days are ahead. But at the same time, we will always have to think that, Prabhuji, this is Kali Yuga. Whatever we try, the direction is downward. So we have to somehow see how we can complete our job here, our journey, and attain Krishna. So, Haribol Prabhu, Vasant Prabhu, on this auspicious day, would you like to say something, Prabhu?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful discussion going on, and this Chaturshloki Gita Mata is really wonderful. Those 8, 9, 10, and 11. But I am really looking forward to Bhagavad Gita, those couple of slokas which you mentioned, Prabhuji, please.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hare
Yes, Prabhu. They have said, Acharyas, many Acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada, has mentioned that this Chaturloka of Bhagavad Gita, especially the Bhakti portion, is chapter 10, 8 through 11. Then Bhagavatam also, Canto 2, chapter 9, 32, 32. Sorry, Prabhu. Yeah, 32 through 35. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 slokas in Bhagavatam and 4 slokas in Bhagavad Gita. So, very briefly, devotees, let us read these 2 verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, if we can. We did up to verse 6, I believe. Let us real quick read 7 and 8. Just the verse and translation, devotee. You want to read, Vasant Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto भगवान् बादरायणः अन्ये च मुनयः सूत परिवारविदो विदुः. Hare Krishna.
Translation, devotees, anyone?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, if I can. Please.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Suta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Veda Vyasa, who is the incarnation of Godhead. And you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Yeah. Here, Sutta Goswami is given a very special reference, that he is the incarnation of, with the knowledge of the Vyasdeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead. So, okay. Devotees, 8.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please. Yeah.
वेत्या त्वं सौम तत्सर्वं तद्वातस्तद् अनुग्रहात् ब्रूयुस्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरावगुच्चमपि युता.
Very nice, Mataji. Final translation for today, at least.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Okay.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. This is again about Sutta Goswami. Because he's so submissive, he has learned so much. Without the mode of submission, nothing will enter our brain, devotees. That's the only way. Krishna has already said, this science, the highest realization can be understood only with evam parampara praptam, only through disciplic succession. How would that happen? If you are going to be in a critical mind to question everything the Guru is saying and the Acharyas have said, you will not understand anything. Materially, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had much more education than his Guru Maharaj, Gaur Kishore Babaji. He couldn't even read or write. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that you go and seek initiation from him. And he went. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he said, okay, I'll take. But he said that he was a completely elevated person. Gaur Kishore Babaji. So he came back. Bhakti Siddhanta Swami came back. He told his father, Bhaktivinoda, he is not accepting. He said that, what do you mean by he is not accepting? Don't enter this house unless he accepts you as a disciple. Don't come to me at all. He is your Guru. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur can be his Guru. He can initiate his own son. That is that is what is all this Krishna consciousness about. Because Gaur Kishore Babaji was so elevated, he was not interested in the material. Not that he was not capable, but he was not interested. Because he had already, his mind is in Krishna. That is the pure knowledge. That is the pure success of a life. So devotees, the time is almost 9. So wish you all a very happy Deepavali. Some of us had Naraka Chaturdasi also yesterday. All Leelas of pastimes of Krishna and Rama. And tomorrow, I believe we have tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Govardhan Puja we will have. Then Bhai Dooj also will have. A series of all those 5 days or 10 days of Dasara or the entire month of Damodara. The entire theme of all this thing is how we can love and surrender to Krishna. So many opportunities. If you missed one day, Krishna gives another 5 days. Okay, see if you can make it up. If you miss 5 days, take 10 days. Dasara, try. If you miss that also, Krishna, I'm too busy in my mind, I'm down. Take 30 days. Actually, every day is Krishna consciousness day. Then he gives an opportunity. Can you attend Mangal Arti in any of the temple? That also, oh, Krishna, I don't have temple in my town. We are trying to build a temple. What? Can you attend the japa call in the morning? Is there an excuse? Yeah. But Sridhama has got thousands of excuses. He's saying, oh, not japa call, but I will try to do something else. But here the essence is devotee that how we can connect to Krishna. That is the essence of entire chapter 10. He has given so many example and reference. When we look at the sun, we have to think about Krishna. When we look at the ocean, we have to think about Krishna. When you look at the beautiful moon, we sometimes so much enjoy the moon, but have we ever connected it with Krishna? Wow, Krishna is so beautiful. That's what we have to do. When you look at a good plant, a good flower, we should appreciate only Krishna with gratitude. Krishna, I'm seeing your opulence in everything. So devotees, I think any final comments? Vasant Prabhu, Dara Mataji, Sujita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just that I know you asked earlier to speak. I think what you were saying, and also what Neil Govind Prabhuji said today, um, that he said only a person in false ego speculates. And I think even the shlokas we read, 10.11, is about that, and it's related to today as well. I really liked an example Amarendra Prabhuji gave today, that our mind is like mantra and we are like Kaikai. And he said that the combination of both has driven Lord Ram out of us and sent him into exile. So we have to bring him back. And I think, and we can do that with devotional service, doing our Mahamantra jap. And even, since we read the Chatur Shloks, 10.11 is about that Krishna, like you were saying, is like the sun, Prabhuji, and he will dispel that darkness of ignorance. And I think that's really what Diwali is about. That when we want to free our contaminated mind, free ourselves from our avguns that we have. And the way to do that is by engaging in devotional service, making sure that the Supreme Lord is pleased with us. And by that, then we can, um, you know, um, achieve achieve him. That's all I would like to add.
Very good, very nice reflection, Mataji. So here we see that if you open our heart a little bit for Krishna, little bit, he will not leave you. We may say, okay, I don't want Krishna, but Krishna will not leave us. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. That is the mystery of Krishna. So at least we should try to open our heart a little bit for Krishna, and then everything. That's what Krishna is saying in that verse 10 also, that I will give you the Buddhi Yoga. Don't worry. But allow me to just at least enter. That I want from you. That's not too much to ask. But devotees, very nice. 10 is, again, a lot of references. But devotees should have been convinced by now, by 9:34, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, that I'm going to surrender my mind and everything to Krishna. Okay. And after, details are good. But details are, for me, devotees, it's not for conviction. It is just additional, wow, my, Supreme Father is, so much information is there. But that's not the way we get convinced. Oh, he is Surya, that is why I'm going to become a devotee of Krishna. No, because we already understood Krishna is everything. So devotees, with that, we shall conclude here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ISKCON Temple Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Temple Bhagavad Gita study ki jai. All
Jai.
those devotees. Hari Bol, once again, happy,
Hari.
wonderful festival days. Happy Deepavali. Govardhan Puja is going to come very soon, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. And we are going to celebrate Govardhan Puja. Baldev Sir Prabhu, why don't you please share some details on?
Thank you, Prabhuji. First of all, Prabhuji, thank you very much for making that nice poster for the Govardhan. Very colorful, very beautiful. And as usual, we'll celebrate the Govardhan festival. This year we could not make it on Saturday, but anyway, whatever Krishna's plan will go through on Friday. So devotee, please try to come early. I know it's a weekdays, but for Krishna we may make it out beautifully. Thank you, Prabhuji.
I think Friday is a very good day because that's when they're going to celebrate Halloween also.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Yeah, you
Prabhuji.
know,
So
Very
I
good.
think that's a
Halloween.
very good choice. in my
Counteract.
opinion.
Will counteract.
Thank you all devotees. Happy Deepavali.
Happy
Happy
Diwali.
Deepavali.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Happy Pearl, happy Diwali.
Mataji.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
All
Hare
good.
Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Ram Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
जय सुशील माता जी की, बासुती माता जी की जय.
Om.